Hey friends, Rabbi Jenny Solomon here. I've been on a sort of Tuesday-Thursday rhythm in sharing my mincha moment, my afternoon meditation practice with you all, but on this Monday, I felt really called to be together. So I wanted to start by invoking the wise words of one of my great teachers from over 20 years ago, from Rabbi Levi Lauer, who now lives in Jerusalem. And Levi would often say, discomfort is a Jewish value. Discomfort is a Jewish value. And I'd like to think that over the last number of years, I've begun to understand this in an even deeper way. And in particular, in the context of my mindfulness practice. So I think some people think that we meditate to feel peace. And sometimes that happens, thank God. What a beautiful thing to experience and practice with. But I think more often than not, I practice in order to experience my own discomfort with greater compassion, with greater capacity. And I think that this is something we can actually train in. That is, when we continue to practice and work with being uncomfortable, feeling not only our own pain, but the pain of others, we also grow in our capacity to experience compassion. Again, for ourselves and for others, both those we know and those we don't know. The word hineni, which means here I am, which is sort of the stance of presence with which we practice, it also has a quality of non-opposition. So that when we experience sensation, when we experience feeling, when we experience thoughts, we can stand in witness, in a place of observance, without sort of defending or fending off anything that we might feel, even if it's really unpleasant. And I think that this is a moment that calls for us sitting with some discomfort. I also know that in a moment like this, a lot of us are feeling agitated and wondering what we can do. And I am one of those people as well. I see pain and hurt and I want to fix and I want to transform and I want to heal out there. But I think that there is an inextricable connection between what we are able to look inside and feel, especially the discomfort, especially the pain, especially the hurt. And our ability to do that on the inside is not separate from what we're able to do out there. Two more things I want to say before we settle. The first is, I've always wondered if part of the practice of breathing with attention and intention, which calms the nervous system, that part of why we do that is, in fact, to grow our ability to feel what is uncomfortable. So it is precisely because the nervous system is calm and sort of less overstimulated, less hypervigilant, that we are able to behold, to feel, to notice what is so very difficult to notice under normal circumstances. And the last thing is to reference a text from Exodus. When we were slaves in Egypt, there is a way in which the slaves were described, which we were described. Moses is telling Bnei Israel, the people of Israel, that we're going to go free, that it's time to cry out and to participate in our own liberation. And the slaves can't hear it. And it says that they were experiencing kotzer ruach, which is often translated as sort of a downtrodden spirit. But literally those words, kotzer ruach, mean a constricted breath. When we're uncomfortable, we have a tendency to tense up, to tighten. We can't feel the fullness of our breath. And when we can't feel the fullness of our breath, it is hard to participate in that process of opening to new possibilities, of imagining how a pathway forward might unfold any different than the one that we're living. So I want to suggest that even as we expand the breath in our practice, in our meditation practice, we slightly shift out of that place of kotzer ruach, of constricted breath. And in doing so, we create a space within our bodies, hearts, minds, to open up to other possibilities, other thoughts, other feelings, especially the difficult ones. Because those are the ones that also, like a crying child, like a baby, they need attending, they need our loving attention. So I'm going to bring us into some quiet moments of practice. And I continue on your own for as long as you have, as long as you need, as long as you desire. But I want to do so with the intention that we sit here with our discomfort, and that it is in the shape of sitting and in the breath that we find the spaciousness to be with pain, to be with what hurts, and ultimately to find compassion. So find a comfortable seat. You can also find a place on the ground, a place to lie down, to close your eyes. To begin by taking some deep breaths. Just even beginning to notice where the breath may feel tight, where the body holds tension. Where the energetic flow of feeling is disrupted, stuck. And as you continue to breathe with attention, notice where you can soften and create some space. As we feel that softening begin to take shape, softening in the mind, softening in the heart, softening in the body, the jaw, the shoulders, the stomach. Softening of the breath. We give ourselves permission to feel what is unpleasant, what hurts. to notice where we experience pain and where we see others experiencing pain. We open ourselves to the things we have been taught that we no longer feel we can stand by, that we feel called to challenge, to dismantle. And as we bring these thoughts and these feelings to our attention, we do so with humility and compassion. As if holding a baby that was crying or a toddler having a tantrum. We commit to keeping the heart open. We commit to keeping the heart open.